Today's yoga story is tree pose. Hello, welcome to episode 2.
There's our blanket, excellent.
Asymmetrical twist. Dropping and sinking up.
Notice how
So just notice. Joining us for the second episode of next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to episode 92 of Namaste Yoga. We're coming up on pretty soon on 100 episodes and 8 more episodes, which seems really soon, but we've got a couple of months. And one of the things I would love to do for this episode is to have you guys record a little short testimonial about Namaste Yoga. Do a little tribute to our viewers. So if you have a video camera, it can be really simple. Just do a short video of yourself, maybe wishing Namaste Yoga happy birthday, happy 100 episodes. That would be fantastic. We would really appreciate that. And you can send those to info at melissawest.com. Okay, so I wanted to also share an email that I received this week from Allison. She says, "Hello, Melissa. I have just discovered your yoga classes. I kind of randomly selected a video, the Fisherman King pose with story. I want to thank you, and I'm going to go to your website for journaling. My plan is to start from the first episode and move forward from there. I wish I could just jump in from where you are now, but I want to learn and have found so much instruction and help from this one episode that I think I'll go from number 1 and see how it goes. I have followed yoga on my own, no classes, just shows that I have watched on TV. They were very helpful, but I think I am the new container and will move in the direction of your instruction. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, help, and direction work with us. Our culture needs this. I thank you. Sincerely, Allison." So thank you, Allison. I'm so glad you found us. Be sure to like us on Facebook, like Namaste Yoga on Facebook, and share it with your friends so that we can give these teachings freely to as many people as possible. Okay, today is the final class in this series of yoga stories. And we're going to finish this series with tree pose. I'm super excited about that. So go ahead and lie down on your back. And I'm going to begin with a poem called Breath by Daniel Baudry. Tree, gather up my thoughts, like the cloud in your branches. Draw up my soul, like the waters in your roots. In the arteries of your trunk, bring me together. Through your leaves, breathe out the sky. Trees are pretty important across a lot of different cultures and spiritual cultures. Trees are symbols of the cycles of death and rebirth. And that's one of the reasons why I placed it at the end of this series, is that it's a way for us to ground and finish and find closure, and also a way for us to move forward. So trees really mirror the way that we can live our lives. They're rooted in the earth, they're grounded, they draw their nourishment up from the earth. But their branches grow upwards towards the sun, which is a metaphor for growing into the light and growing towards spirit. The seasonal trees promise us death and rebirth. And deciduous trees, which thrive all year long, are symbolic of our true self, our essence, some part of ourself that never dies, the eternity of our spirit. Today we're going to be working with the tree and feeling our bodies as trees, so that our legs and our feet will be our root system, our torsos will be our trunk and core, and our branches will extend from our heart out through our arms and our fingertips. Trees are also important in our world because they breathe along with us. They're said to be the lungs of the world. They also represent generosity, strength, tolerance, and balance. So we're going to play around with 3-part breath this morning as you lie down on your mats on your back. 3-part breath, normally you breathe into your belly a little bit, pause and hold your breath. You breathe into your rib cage a little bit, pause and hold. And then you breathe into your upper chest. You pause, you hold so you're full of air, and then you exhale fully. Well, we're going to play around with it a little bit this morning, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. We're going to imagine that we are trees, and feel your legs and feet as the root system. And imagine the first part of your 3-part breath is going to come in through your feet and up into your legs. And then the second part, you're going to breathe into the trunk of your tree, into your torso. Breathe into your torso. And then the third part, breathe into your heart and extend that breath all the way out into your arms and your fingertips, into your branches. And then with your body full of air, you'll have one long, smooth exhalation, breathing out all those toxins, all those things that no longer serve you, into the ground. So with 3-part breathing, there is some breath retention, some holding of the breath, some pausing with the breath. And so if you have any medical conditions which prevent you from holding your breath or make that a health risk for you, then just keep the breath continuous. Try not to do it with the pauses. Do it without the pauses. Okay, so let's take a normal breath in and a normal breath out. And then breathe in, draw your breath up through your root system, through your feet, and up through your legs. Pause. Now take another breath into your trunk, into your torso. Then breathe into your heart and out into your branches, and exhale. Draw your breath up through your roots, through your feet and your legs. Pause. Breathe into your trunk, your torso. Pause. Breathe into your heart and expand that out into your branches, your arms and your fingertips. And then exhale. Draw your breath up through your root system. Breathe into your trunk. Breathe into your heart, expand it out into your branches. And exhale. Breathe in through your feet, up through your legs. Breathe into your torso and your trunk. Breathe into your heart, expand it out into your arms and fingertips. And exhale. Draw your breath up through your feet and your legs. Breathe into your trunk. Breathe into your heart and your arms. Extend out through your branches. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Draw breath in through your root system. Breathe into your trunk. Breathe into your heart center and extend that breath, that prana, out into your branches. And exhale fully. Okay, so take a deep breath in and breathe out. And just feel around in your body for how that feels now. What was the effect of that pranayama, that breath practice for you? And then begin to form your intention for your practice today. So why are you here? Why did you press play on episode 92? What is it that you hope to receive from these teachings today that will help you in your life? So my intention today is to connect you to the nourishment of the earth, to help you feel the strength of your core, and to give you that strength to connect to your heart and expand outward to the world, to spirit from your heart center. Okay, so once you've formed your intention, we're going to stay lying on our backs to begin and start to prepare our root system, our legs, for tree pose. So you're going to slide your right leg up, open it out to the side, and exhale it down and around. So imagine that this moving of our roots is helping to soften the soil so that you can get more nourishment from the soil. If any of you have gardened, you will have experienced how a nice loose soil is really good for plants. So inhale as you draw your leg up. Exhale down and around. So here's tree pose legs right here. Already preparing our body for tree pose. You can place your left heel in the center. Imagine that you're standing on your left heel. And then let's do this on your other leg as well. But first, just feel the difference between your two legs, just with that hip release. Let's do this on the other leg. So inhale your left leg up, open and down and around. And last one. Okay, so to move our branches, moving from our heart center, reaching out into the world. Setting up your legs in tree pose legs first. So open your right knee out to the side, find the center of your heel, flex your foot. So this is how tree pose will be when you're standing. And then your arms are going to be your branches. So we're going to inhale, arc your arms overhead, keep your rib cage descending. Exhale down and around. So imagine moving your branches in the wind. Moving with breath, breathing with the trees, feeling our lungs expand to invite the air in, just the way that our trees are the lungs of our world. And then bring your right knee in, slide it down. Slide your left knee in, open your left knee out to the side. Let's do that same branch movement exercise here. Inhale, arc your arms overhead. Allow your lungs to expand, to invite that breath, that prana, that life force energy into you. And then draw your left knee in and slide it out. Let's just take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Okay, so we've introduced ourselves to our root system, our legs and our feet, to our branches, our arms and our hands and fingertips. And now let's come to know our trunk, the strength of our tree. So you're going to bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands behind your head, draw your elbows in, big breath in. Draw up through your pelvic floor, draw your navel back, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, exhale. Pull your shoulders up off the ground. Okay, you're gonna bring your knees leg out to the side. Exhale it down and around and in. So inhale, open. Exhale, down and around. Connect to the strength of your trunk, of your core, and your third chakra. This is where your power is in your body. Other side. One more. Okay, lower your feet to the ground. Lower your shoulders back down. Rest your head. Let's just release our neck a little bit. Inhale here, exhale, roll to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, roll to the side. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do for our trunk, for our core, to create strength for our tree, is an exercise that I learned from reading Anna Forrest's book just recently. It's called Fierce Medicine. I highly recommend it. Fabulous book, fabulous. She tells her personal story of how yoga really, really absolutely saved her life. I mean, it's just an incredible story. So I highly recommend that. That's Anna with one N, Forrest, and it's called Fierce Medicine. And I love the way she's combined yoga with Native American medicine. It's just absolutely incredible. Okay, so let's take our hands behind our head. So this is for Anna Forrest and her fierceness. Exhale, curl up. You're gonna bring your knees in and open them out to the side in like frog pose legs. And we'll inhale, roll back. And exhale, roll up. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll up. Of course, as I have my legs, all these people are walking by on the path here, looking over. Nobody was going by. Hello, world. Okay, lower down. Let's stretch that out. Fabulous. Okay, let's roll to our side. And stack up your body. Okay, so line your body up in a straight line. And you're going to make tree pose on your side. So take your top leg, open your knee, place it on the inside of your thigh. And bring your arms overhead. So it's a bit of a balancing posture. Now imagine you're a tree breathing with your whole body. Okay, then let's just roll over to the other side. We do this on both sides. You know, I have to say tree pose is one of my favorite poses. It's got to be one of the ones that I do almost every day. Bend your top knee. Bring your arms overhead. When your mind drifts away to something else, then just come back to imagine breathing, receiving that life force energy, that prana, breathing with your whole body, feeling that symbiotic relationship between us and the trees, that beautiful exchange of energy. Yet more proof that all things are connected. Okay, and from here we're going to come up to sitting. Okay, so I'm going to sit. I've got a little tree bookmark today. We're going to sit Vrksasana, legs. So soles of your feet are together. And your heels are drawing in towards your torso, your groin. Ooh, this is an interesting looking bug. Okay. I don't know what that was. Okay, soles of your feet are together, heels are towards your groin. You're going to open your knees out to the side. This is the laughter yoga portion of the class. Okay, you're going to exhale round through your back. And inhale, arch your back. So we're going to do cat pose here. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Tim, you got to get a shot of these kids walking by. No? There's two mothers pushing strollers with their little toddler boys, and they're in harnesses so they don't run away. Oh, that is a slice of life moment. We had one of those for one of my sisters. Can you guess which one? Okay, and then let's do pigeon pose to release our hips a bit. So spread your fingers nice and wide. So this is another thing. There's one of those red ants, they bite. This is another thing that was really key in Anna's book. One of her key principles of teaching, Anna Forrest, is aliveness in the hands. What you want to do is create as much space as you can between your thumb and your baby finger. And it's fantastic when you do that because it lifts. You can see actually how lifted I am on my wrist here. There's not even a lot of flexion going on there right now. So do that. We're going to be working with our hands today because they're part of our branches and we want them to really extend outwards. Tuck your toes under. Inhale. Exhale, come up into downward facing dog. Allow your head to dangle, reach your sit bones up towards the sky. Breathe your navel back towards your spine and up and into your rib cage. Uddiyana Bandha. And then take your right leg up, open it up. That feels good. Bring it forward. And fold forward over your bent right leg. Okay, so even here, you're going to spread your fingers as wide as you can. Keep aliveness in your arms and your hands, even in this pose here. And then bring your hands back to underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers really wide again. Maximum distance between your thumb and your baby finger. Step back into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. And exhale, bring your left knee forward. Fold forward over your bent left leg. Extend through your branches, your arms and your fingertips. Okay, bring your hands back under your shoulders again. Come upright and bring your legs around in front of you. Okay, so we're going to prepare our root system now by working with our feet. So curl your toes forward and then draw your toes back. Curl your toes forward and draw your toes back. Just notice what your roots feel like. Are they flexible and pliable? Are they able to reach into the ground for nourishment? And then point your whole foot forward and your whole foot back. And then let's just do a little bit of circling of your feet. Continue to breathe, and even here it would be great to imagine drawing your breath up through your feet. Okay, and then you're going to take your left foot and cross it over your right leg. Place your fingers between your toes so that you create space between your toes, and bend them forward and back here. Again, helping the roots to expand. I have to share that we're in the middle of a heat wave here. This morning at 6 a.m., apparently it felt like 36 degrees Celsius already, which is somewhere in the hundreds at 6 a.m. So we got up really early this morning, and I woke up my two amazing family members, my husband and my daughter, who are both not morning people. And we came down to the lake where it's cooler. It's much cooler down here. Much, much cooler. It's a hot, hot day in July here. Okay, I like to massage the balls of my feet here and kind of separate my toes that way by pulling out. And then just massage down each toe. Okay, and release your left foot. Let's do the same thing on your right. Cross your right leg over. Place your fingers between your toes. And bend your toes forward and back. Yeah, I know you can't see. Is that better? And then just massage on the balls of your feet here, separating your toes by pulling them apart. And massage down the neck of each one of your toes. Oh, it feels so good. Okay, great. Let's do frog pose. Everybody's favorite. You are going to come on your mat sideways and open your knees out to the side. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. You can come down on your forearms. You may be able to rest your whole body down on the ground. Tuck your tail under and lean back. This pose is intense. So the way I like to come out of this pose is to drop forward, and then you can kind of bring your knees together and windshield wiper your legs here. Okay, So come up to a comfortable sitting position. You can sit in a chair if you want here. Shake out your hands. We're going to open up, create aliveness in our hands now. Okay. So you're going to take your first finger and pull it back. And your second one. And your third one. We're preparing our branches so that they're flexible and free enough to reach up towards the light, to expand from our heart center out into the world, and to connect to the light, to spirit. So trees are grounded in the earth and reaching up towards the sky. Okay, shake that hand out. Feel how good that feels. And let's do that on the other side. And stretch out your next finger. Keep moving down your hand. So as a teacher, I've really noticed that people's hands kind of gnarl in, curl right in, and we want to have that expansiveness right out into our hands. Because we do so much and grasp so much and hold on to things. Have you ever noticed when you're driving in your car how tight you're holding your steering wheel? Okay, and your thumb. Okay, and shake it out. Okay, great. So now we're going to keep this aliveness in our hands and work with our trunk again. So bend your knees, place your feet flat on the floor. Lengthen up through your spine so your back is really long. So this exercise is not suitable if you have herniated discs. So don't do it. You can sit it out if you need to. Lengthen up through your spine. Take your hands in front of you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale here. Exhale and lean back. Lift your heart. Come forward, open your knees. Sit forward. Okay. So now we're going to come to do this again. Lengthen up through your spine. Take your hands forward. Spread them nice and wide. We got aliveness in our hands here and our branches. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, lean back. Keep your heart lifted, your spine long, your trunk strong. Inhale, open out to the side. Great. Bring your hands forward. Bring them back behind you. Sway your knees from side to side. Oh, that must be from frog pose. Okay, we're going to do one more exercise for our trunk, for our core, one of my favorites. Come and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Take your left leg behind you and then your right leg behind you for plank pose. Breathe into your trunk. And breathe out and draw your trunk into your core. Pull those arteries in to your spine, to your center. Bend your knees, sit back on your heels. Okay, there's one more that I want to do for our roots, for our toes before we come to standing. From this kneeling position, tuck your toes under. Spread them nice and wide. Reach your baby toes so they're on the ground and you're going to sit back on your heels. Okay, this is going to be too much for some people. Just lean forward, take as much of the weight off as you need to. So imagine your toes, all the roots of your toes spreading and going into the ground. Goddess victory squat. Okay, lift and come forward. Ooh, come out carefully. Uncurl those toes. Ooh. Okay, maybe just wiggle them from side to side a bit. Okay, and we're going to come up to standing. So curl your toes under again. Come into a squat. And then you roll yourself up to standing. Drop your feet. Feel your roots go down into the ground. Roll all the way up to standing. Okay, in standing, place your feet underneath your hip bones. Inner edges of your feet are parallel. Lift your toes and spread them out on the ground. So that's part of your root system. Reach your legs into the ground. Those are your roots as well. Reaching your roots down, lengthen your trunk up, and let's just extend our branches towards the ground like a willow tree. Now spread your fingers nice and wide, aliveness in the hands. We're doing mountain pose before we do tree pose. And then inhale, arc your branches straight up into the air. And feel the strength of your core. Okay, slowly release your hands down. We're going to do tree pose now. So choose which leg you want to balance on first. Doesn't matter which. Take your opposite leg, turn your toes out. They could stay on the ground if balance is going to be a challenge for you today. Or they can come up to the inside of your leg below your knee, or the inside of your leg above your knee, but not anywhere on your knee joint. Whoop. Okay, bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to keep our fingers really spread here for aliveness in our hands. And we're going to open our middle fingers to allow the light in. And then focusing on something that's not moving, extend from your heart. Imagine your branches moving from your heart up towards the light, towards the sky. Rooting down through your legs and your feet, your root system, extending up towards the light in your branches. Moving in the wind, moving with the wind. And then release this side. Let's go ahead and do that pose on the other side. Spread your roots, your tree. Toes either on the ground, inside of your calf, or inside of your thigh. Hands to your heart center. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Arms come up and overhead, moving from your heart. Okay, release your arms. Okay, shake it out. We're going to do a pose called falling tree. Come to one side of your mat and bring your opposite leg up. Okay, so in this pose you purposely fall and come back up. Great for building bone density in your body. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So leg starts up and you fall. This is just such a great metaphor for life because we are going to fall and we just get back up. Okay, release that. Okay, we're going to do a tree visualization now. I want you to stand in Tadasana and close your eyes. And imagine your most favorite tree. Picture it, imagine its roots. Imagine your feet and legs becoming those roots. Imagine its trunk. Imagine your torso becoming its trunk. And move your body in whatever way you need to embody this tree. Imagine its branches. And move your arms so they create the shape of the branches of this tree. So notice what it feels like to be this tree. Embody the qualities of this tree. Feel what it feels like in your body. How does your spirit feel when you take on the qualities of this tree? How do you feel emotionally when you take on the qualities of this tree? No right or wrong way to do this. Just become the tree that you're imagining in your mind's eye. And then release. Okay, so for the next version of tree pose that you're going to do, we're going to need a wall, or if you're outside, a tree or a fence. So go ahead and move to that part. So we're going to move to the wall or a tree now. All right, so I'm going to use this tree. You're going to stand right beside the tree, and you're going to lift your inner leg, bring it up to the inside of your leg, and then side bend over to the wall or the tree. And then come on up. We'll just turn around and do the other side. I'm going to put my back to you because I don't think you'll be able to see me if I go on the other side of the tree. So turn around. Foot that's closest to the wall comes up, or the tree, or the fence, wherever you're using. And exhale and side bend over. I need to get a little closer here. And just really feel how that opens up all your intercostal muscles, so you can breathe with your whole body. And then release that posture from your body. We're going to get you to lie down for a meditation, a tree meditation. Okay, so this meditation was inspired from Anna Forrest's book, Fierce Medicine. Some things I've drawn from it, some things I've expanded. So imagine a tree with many different colored leaves. Each leaf represents a different part of your life, your relationships, your work, your family, your friends, all the things you do for fun. Notice the colors of each of these leaves. And become aware of what leaves are thriving, what leaves are just budding, starting to expand, and what leaves are dying, kind of just barely hanging on to your tree of life. So each leaf must eventually fall and die, turning into compost to feed the roots of your great tree of life. So as you tune into your great tree of life, what leaves are ready to die? When a leaf falls from your tree and goes to be composted into the ground, it makes room for new leaves, new flowers, and new fruit on your tree. Now become aware of the branches of your trees. These are all the different directions you reach in your life. What branches are overextended? Sometimes we have trees in our backyard that we need to prune. We need to pull back. So imagine pruning those branches to create a more manageable tree. Now imagine the roots of your tree growing deep into the earth. Ask yourself, if you're planted in a place that is nourishing for you, are you getting the nourishment you need in your life? And what could you do to receive more nourishment in through the roots of your trees? Rest back here in Shavasana for 5 to 10 more minutes. Maybe even journal about that meditation. Thank you for joining us for episode 92 of Namaste Yoga. Namaste.